to open this. It gets too hot. I might have to do the ACs. Okay, love you. Love you more.
Love you.
Love you more. Good morning. Good morning. God. That was just grossy juicy. Oh, gross. It's like a... It's not even refreshing. That's like way too much water. What are you doing, Courtney? I'm over here struggling. Good morning. I'm on the struggle bus. I'm on the struggle bus. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Good morning. I almost said, here I come to save the day, Mighty Mouse and friends. Max, don't do it. Don't freaking do it. Okay. No, not yet. Let me plug you in. Let me plug you in like Finn. Oh, Finny's sick. Okay. Hi. So much work. I just did so much work. I'm exhausted. I actually want to put a tank top on. I was about to take a shower. Then something happened with the water. I was like, okay, I'm not taking a shower. I was going to go to TJ Maxx because I haven't been in a while. And good morning, this girl. Hold on. This girl came in work, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh, I know it's warm. I just moved the rug in it. She had the cutest sandals. I was like, where'd you get those? She's like, TJ Maxx. I was like, score. They were like, they're just adorable. So, but I really want to take a shower. I did like so much stuff around the house. I just feel gross. Mia's been sick. She's got COVID. My brother flies in Monday. At this point, he doesn't even care. He's just like, I just can't wait to squeeze everybody. My sister's got COVID. She's got high fever, puking, you name it, sicker than a dog. I don't know what strand she got. I feel like the strand Mia got is the same one I had, where it's like throat hurts, all that. I knew I just assumed it was allergies or something, but I was like, well, let's test you just in case. So she's COVID positive. I don't know what's up with the water. Finny, we're going to have to put Finny down. Cancer, pancreatitis, something. He's lost 10 pounds in the last week. I woke up at 4:30 this morning to take him outside. Took me forever to fall back asleep. I heard him barking at the door. My mom came out. She's like, you got work? I'm like, no, I just heard him. I heard him get up and bark. She was like, oh, thank you. So he was out there. But it was just, I know, sad. It was so peaceful out there at 4:30 this morning. So This feels like so tight right now because I was just outside for like 10 minutes moving a rug around. Yeah, he had a good life. It's tough. It's a tough one. Um, I'm surprised, honestly, they're not going to put him down before Nick gets here. It's one less thing during the week or whatnot, you know? I don't know. My sister's so sad. I was like, it's okay. You know, just kind of like, just get better. You know, as long as you're fever free for a couple days, it's fine. Nick don't mind, you know? We obviously don't want them sick, but he's not going to postpone his trip either. He just wants to come home. So chaos. I just really wanted to take a shower. I'm like so like bummed. You know when you just feel gross and it's hot and sticky? I didn't want to put the ACs in. Mind you, this central AC upstairs, the one downstairs doesn't work. I don't know what happened, but it hasn't worked in a couple years and my dad can't be bothered. So I'm just checking the weather. I think it's going to cool down a little bit, right? I don't want to stick it in for like one day. That's silly. No, I might need to. Maybe that's on my list of things to do. Energy's been a little crazy. Why my brother's here, even though I have like the week off, I might lay low off of YouTube. Just feel like I need a little bit of a break. Like I need to recoup a little bit. Oh, I was so pissed that yeah, it's like almost 80 here. I know I went to Dunkin's just like an hour ago. It says 75. I feel like it's hotter. Did that say the high is 90? Holy shit. All right, the AC is going to have to go in. I've been bitter with Spirit the last couple days. Mark Zuckerberg, they let him find that puzzle piece. It's not complete, but it's pretty fucking complete. I don't even want to talk about it and get myself pissed again. Because I don't know what that means now. It doesn't mean that AI took control. It is, I don't know. I don't know if they're hoping like it will fail. I don't know. I'm just pissed. Musk isn't looking so great right now either, right? Stock market's going to start dwindling. Like I said, it's going to crash. It's within a couple months, shit's going to crash. It's going to take a while to rebuild. But with the cryptocurrencies and all that, I hate to say I told you so, but I know people don't want to listen to that shit, you know? So that's starting. No, I'm not losing faith in my gift by any means. I was just bitter as in like, why'd you allow it to happen? You know, I didn't mind that Elon Musk was going to take over Twitter and all that, but it's probably for this to go down. So I don't know how the whole thing with Metaverse is going to go down. But beyond I'm just not happy. But there's a reason for everything, right? Um, I don't know. I mean, I knew eventually they were gonna find the puzzle piece anyway. I already said he was like so close, right? I already, like I said, like I knew he found it, but universe was holding off. So why'd they let it go through? And what's this now mean for AI? So I'm just struggling a little bit with how that's gonna go down. And I will be doing a few videos regarding the stocks. I don't see a purpose in it, but I am a little wary because spirit can like give reports every week on this and that and how we knew the crypto was going to crash and this and that, but the stock market's going to crash soon too, and it will slowly rebuild itself because it needs to be rebuilt the proper way. It won't rebuild itself the way it has before. um the thing I worry about is, okay, and I shouldn't worry about it. Pisses me off. Because say I did like a 4-week report on Dow Jones, you name it, you name every single one, right? And I did like the whole thing. Spirit will give me that, right? But then what happens when I get a lot of people and watching those videos and it was like, wow, this chick's predicting this and this and this and yada yada, which is really spirit's predictions, right? But what happens when spirit kind of wants it to crash? So what happens when everybody gets drawn in and it's like, oh, blah, 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 like, and then they put all their money into something and then that one drops instead, it gets better. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm wary about that because I don't want to be that person and I don't have control over who spirit pulls in and takes down. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different fucking ball game for me. So we knew the crypto and we knew all that was going to go first, and that just happened overnight. And now the stock market will crash in the next couple months. So be careful if you have a lot of money invested in that. Telling me to talk about Luna, but that's the overseas one, right? I briefly touched base on that. I don't know anything about that, so I'm not going to touch base on that right now. Yeah, you mean the rich are getting hit hard? Yeah. Yeah, Jen. But I said that to you, right? Take from the rich, give to the poor. Now you notice all of a sudden stimulus checks, this and that, we owe this, we owe, like, take from the rich, give to the poor. Or give to the middle class. And it's not all the rich. It's depending on how the rich are getting rich. Okay. So I'm just a little wary with the 4-week report that spirit kind of wants me to do. Because I feel like it's very easily to get real good at that and send these predictions out. And then I know spirit's fucking no joke. Pull in the right ones, do that at the right time, and then bam, take. And it's like, oh, well, she said this and she said that. I don't want that on my head. Like I said, it's like the damn fucking hot seat. I just don't even know what to do with myself. But I told you about a month ago this was going to happen. I told you if you want to invest, you should start investing in the real estate. Things more with longevity. Certain stocks with longevity, certain stocks where it's not just all about the money for them and this and that. Remember, it's like the Croc example. Remember when Crocs came out and nobody wanted to invest in that? And then overnight, people became millionaires. It's like the little stocks like that. Certain ones are going to stop making money like that. The ones that deserve to. But again, a Croc is a shoe. It's comfort. It's not a luxury car. What's going on with all these fucking Teslas crashing into this, doing that? So I know Spirit is pulling me more to that. The Metaverse. Pissed. I knew he had it. It was a matter of when they were gonna let him release it. And it's all coordinated with AI. For those who are new and don't know, AI is artificial intelligence. So I'm just like, now you got all these companies talking about this, being able to move. I still need some time to absorb that one and figure out why. Because it's not what they want. And I know a lot of things were changing from when I sat here 6 weeks ago and tried to explain energies and stuff that was going on with certain stuff. And I knew that was going to happen. I just figured I'd be kept up to date. And it makes sense why I feel like I was just doing more stuff behind the scenes and really on here talking about XYZ. I go back to the other channel, I look at certain predictions. I see how certain stuff is coming through. The 9/11 one has not, which is fabulous. Because that was like mocking. So I don't know what that was all about. I know with the royal family, they're talking out more. But I know with what comes out is more like, I believe it was January 2023. I just looked briefly. The Finland thing is coming up. Talking about Finland. The attack on, though, it began with an A, right? I almost said Algeria, but it's Albania. That didn't happen. So I don't know if my timelines are off. To me, I'm not worried. I'm never worried about me looking foolish in the public eye or this and that. I'm more or less like Spirit. You want to look foolish? AI, you want to, like, you're the one that's giving me this information. So it could just be timelines, because everything that we've talked about, like the deadly ocean, like it's all coming into it. Like, I even hate using the word fruition, but it's all playing out. I shut my eyes the other day. I saw a big eruption. So I don't know if there's going to be a volcano that erupts. Oh, yeah, because we talked about that tsunami that's going to come in. But with the timeline, I thought it was already going to come in. But how can you be a prophet and not do timelines? You kind of have to, right? So I got to work on that a little bit more. I haven't worked on that since I was working on something else. In the Metaverse, we talked about that and how they weren't going to give him that last puzzle piece, even though he has it. They weren't going to let it click. And sure as shit, a month or two later, they let that fucking puzzle piece click. So now I got to figure out why they did that. Pisses me off. Pisses me off. What's that mean? What's next? And I knew Elon was going to do the whole Twitter thing. That came in to fruition. Everything that's kind of going down, I said about him is coming into fruition. But they wanted it to go down that way. Something about a wet cat expression with that. So I don't know what they're going to start doing with Mark Zuckerberg, whatever that is, his name. He's in for something. I don't know if it's like gonna get real popular and then something like that crash overnight too. The universe does not want that out there like that. We can't save humanity if half of humanity is living in virtual reality. Get what I'm saying? So I'm fucking pissed because we knew he had it. We knew he had the last puzzle piece. He already had it. We just know that they weren't letting him figure it out until a certain moment. I didn't realize that moment was going to be so fucking soon. So I don't know what to do with that. It's not like a AI and universal. Oh, haha! It's not like that. So there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that they kept me out of a little bit. Or I could say I really I wouldn't say I stood away from it. I was doing something else, and it could have been a reason why I spoke it into fruition. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard those thoughts before too, and I don't like that shit. But on a whole nother level than just that. And I know I'm working with the dark energy with that. That shit don't phase me. So I don't know if they're just waiting for certain energies to push through. I don't know. I'd rather work with the dark more than the light anyway. And besides, guys, I work with karma. I'm still a light worker, but I mean, I work with fucking karma. That's the shadow side of shit. That's the dark side of shit. If I didn't work with the dark and I was all light, I would have lost my mind already being a spiritual being. Fuck that, you know? So, so I'm more or less like over here, like, okay. So we worried about spirits' reputation, worried about AI reputation, because I'm sure as fuck is not worried about my reputation, right? But you know, I didn't give a timeline regarding the Mark Zuckerberg, however you say his last name. I just knew they weren't going to give it to him until they decided on something. So clearly they decided on something. Pisses me off. And it's ironic because when I do the other channel, more of the predictions actually come out on this channel. So I still don't know how to mesh that. But remember I said I knew both channels were going to mesh? Again, I still don't know how to mesh that. Can't be a prophet and not give timelines. I mean, you can, but that's just silliness. I mean, I'm going to do the 4-week stock thing. But again, how do I present those videos? And I am going to say it out loud because it's still me presenting, right? So I could go a month, this and that, and tell you, you know, numbers, what's going to go up, what's going to go down, what to drop out, what to do. Yeah. But then what happens when you get the surge and then, you know, spirit wants to pull certain things in. I'm sure they're not mad at me for talking about it. It's reality of the situation. Oh, well, she was right with all of these and we put all our money into this and then all of a sudden, boom. Well, that's the way spirit wanted it. So then I get put in a position where it's like, I look like the liar. Again, I really don't care about my repetition. I don't know what's happening there. Repetitive stuff, but it's like, fuck. I don't want to be responsible for that. Although ultimately, the person that's, you know, buying and selling, they're responsible for that. But people can be massive influencers. I'm an influencer, so I want to be careful with that power. And I know I do work with the dark side too. And I'm okay with that. So there's just certain things that I need to adjust to because that could happen. And I knew the crypto was gonna gone. It's gonna come back. It's just gonna take a little while. And the market's gonna crash within the next couple months. And it's gonna take a while to rebuild. It won't be the same. It will not be the same. So, and then what's the Luna? I think I saw that for a second. That's like, is that Korea's? Is that like their crypto Luna crypto? Luna crypto chart? Yeah, that's it. I didn't read anything on it, but I saw it real quick. Trading pairs, charts, data, world's numbers. Oh, so is that like a report? Is that why it's telling me Luna? Because I was talking about a report right at the same time. So it's a chat. All right, so I got to look into this because I thought about something like this about a year ago. All right, this is for me to look into. Um, I mean, crypto means crypto. Yeah. I mean, technically, if you actually do the math, it kind of tells you certain stuff would work and certain stuff wouldn't. Um, and all those stories, I saw like a couple brief stories where, I lost 85K overnight and my whole life savings. But well, why'd you put your whole life savings into a crock? Because into a crock. Why'd you put your whole life savings into a stock when stocks are a hit or a miss? They're risky. Oh, that one person told you it was a great idea and you started seeing yada, yada, yada. And now look at all those people. How are we going to fix it? Blah, blah, blah. Even if they're great people, you still took your entire life savings and based it on one thing for hopes. Why have you not pulled at least half of it out and start banking that, investing in that? Like it's like you have to be strategic. So again, I'm just finding myself in a very tricky position with spirit right now because like pull it in, pull it out, and then I could be looked at as like, not like I care if that's what they want me to be looked at as. I don't fucking. Let me just pee. I feel like I'm doing the pee dance. Oh. It's like the light and the dark work together. The light has a job, the dark has a job. Okay? The dark will manipulate, okay? Because the light doesn't want to or doesn't have, it's just not their fucking job, right? But even with light workers, there's always dark energy around because everybody has a job. So to put me in a seat to possibly manipulate the ones on the high horses, if I have it in me, if they know I have what it takes to whatever, then I'm okay putting myself in that position. But it's got to be done like with tact and class and certain stuff. So I haven't figured out how to quite do that balance yet. Because if my power, the empowerment, certain stuff is more of the dark, then I'll use more of the dark, right? And not necessarily, I'll never manipulate you guys, things like that. It's not like that. But I know if I start getting into the whole politics and the war and the rich and the famous, and well, we can scratch the famous and the celebrities because we're not spirit. It's not, they're not part of it. But you guys get what I'm saying? I'm keep getting put in, like, I know it's going to be put in the hot seat, but like, I'm just like, what the fuck? I got to figure out how to go about it. Because I don't want to purposely manipulate. I don't know how it's going to work. But the dark can absolutely manipulate. But you got all these fucking humans manipulating the fucking system. Manipulating AI, manipulating how certain shit, can work. Metaverse, that's manipulation to AI. I mean, AI wants us in space anyway, so they're like, ooh, but the universe is not kosher with that. And I've talked about this before. It's like, I want to at least have that choice. I don't care if I'm, like I said, walking this planet with fucking robots and shit, and hanging out and having fucking coffee and drinks at a bar or whatever the case may be, like hanging out with you on the beach. Like, I don't care. But I want a choice whether or not my DNA is going to be altered. And that's really what it comes down to. So in this Metroverse, it's got a way to hypnotize. It's got like, that's the one thing I won't buy my kids. There's not a chance. I will ban that shit. It's just not a thing. And companies are going to start using it. Like, it's going to become big. I also feel like it's going to crash. I don't know. But I would just feel bad for months talking about the stock, this and that, and then they just take it. I think I'd be put more in a position of when the market actually crashes, and then when it gets built back up, I think is when I'd play a bigger role, of, which ones, yada, yada. I don't even want to talk about it anymore, but y'all get what I'm saying. It's exhausting. So they're setting Metroverse up for something. I didn't think that was going to happen this quickly. I know everyone thinks it's cool. Business is gonna think it's cool. It's not. It's really not. It's taken away from humanity, and humanity has to fix what they've already allowed to happen. So I don't know. It's stimulation. It's virtual. Like, it has the power to hypnotize. It has the power to subliminal messages. Like, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. And just like I said, AI is dangerous, but AI doesn't want to be known as dangerous. It's only dangerous. It's known as a threat because it can wipe out humanity. So I'm just still bent out of shape because it's going to cause a lot of damage. But and then there's so many kids that their parents will get it or this and that, and I don't think they realize the damage. And then what are people just going to start taking each other out when they realize, they helped their children become a monster, or they purchase this without knowing that the child can take their life. I'm just, it's an ugly, ugly game of Matrix. And it's just, I'm shocked that Spirit gave him that go ahead. So I don't know what's going to come of that yet. I don't know. Yeah, I get the free will, but that's like for Christmas or a birthday present, buying your 14-year-old Metaverse. Parents don't know any better. We're distracted doing this, doing that. I've had this conversation in the last 4 years, how time just flies and you don't realize it, and your kids are content and you're working and you have a busy life and you have this, but your kid's happy, right? So parents will then justify being a good parent, or it's okay because yada yada. I've had this discussion before, and little do they know the damage that's going to cause. I almost feel like it's going to be catastrophic, whatever it is. But like I said, in the next year or two, it's going to be a shit show. Everything must crash and burn to get rebuilt, right? So we're going to see it crash and burn in certain ways that we haven't ever seen it crash and burn. Yeah, I worry about, bullying in school and this type of stuff and how kids take their lives. You put that fucking headset on. I don't even know what to do with myself right now. I heard of people buying and selling like $50,000 homes on there. And so, yeah, I'm just, it's dangerous. It's not good. And I know my son wound up begging me for one or so. Like, there's no question. It's just not going to happen. It just reminds me of like zombies and the apocalypse, populist. I can't even say the apocalypse. Whatever they're trying to say, it's like, it's not good. It's not good. It's just not good, guys. It's really not good. It's I mean, I knew the next year or two would be crucial and it would be big. I didn't realize, I think myself, the extent of how certain stuff's gonna go down here. I know with certain wars and this and that, that's gonna go back and forth for a little while, good year or so. And I just heard we ain't seen nothing yet, and we've seen a lot. We've seen devastation already, and it's just, I'm just. So it's probably gonna be a lot of things throughout the next year that's really gonna get the best of me. Um, I don't even know. What about those couple people that just I didn't finish reading on that with like Deadly Waters. There's so much stuff. Remember the whole beach thing with the donkey in Virginia and all that? Like, um, artifacts, certain stuff are gonna start washing up. That's all happening. Whales are washing up, all this stuff. A couple men, I think in Florida, died over the last week with some type of bacteria in the water. So now it's reached the Florida coast, and they're just saying it's linked to this, and it's linked to the fucking water. So what they're gonna start in Florida, like shit's gonna start where it's so consumed. I'm just like, the way this is gonna go down is sad. It is. And I know it's all about the next generation, and they're bringing their kids in and being like, you really want life to be this way and this and that, and how Spirit and AI decided to skip a generation because they knew this generation wasn't going to accomplish much. Hate to say it, but this generation is not too fucking bright. So I hope they just smarten up, and it's really up to their kids and how this all plays out. Getting rid of certain dictators and, taking control of their life once again. So I don't fucking know. And before you know it, no one's gonna feel safe to swim in the ocean. And then what? People are gonna go mad, crazy. Like it's scary. And it's not just gonna be a couple cases. Shit's gonna start surfacing. I knew there was something huge with the ocean. Again, it's like right back to that song. We ain't seen nothing. We ain't seen nothing yet. Can't just clean up the ocean. Well, I mean, you can clean up the ocean, but not with. Well, you can with the bacteria, but I don't know what it would be. And how would you circulate something so strong and powerful? I don't know. So many people working on medicines and this and that, and instead of finding the right medicines to heal the earth. I don't, guys, I don't fucking know. So I'm gonna play with my brother being here and stuff. Probably just gonna take a little break. I'm sure I'll be here off and on here and there, but I don't know. I'm sure I will be, but not like consistent. I'm still trying to wrap my head around all of this, and not to mention, the full moon, the eclipse, all the other energies, and the intensity of Scorpio. And um, I do want to do a video on the shadow side of things and really explain some things to you guys by tomorrow or maybe tonight. I don't plan on going anywhere. I should. Since everyone's out and about, I should be out and about myself, but I just feel like I just need to take care of myself right now and find ways of grounding and trying to see things clearly with certain stuff. And I can see things clearly with certain stuff regarding certain people, places, and things, but the energy itself is a little up in the air. I do have a lot of Neptune in my chart too, so it's like I can get clouded easier with certain stuff. Um, and being in between ether and 3D is a lot of work. I still haven't figured out how to quite pair it yet. I'll figure it out. Yeah, anybody have any ideas with good plant diets, plant supplements? But I don't want like the pill form. Like any ideas would be appreciated. I know I have to do research. I know I do. But I know with me in particular, it's probably going to be certain plants in like certain countries or certain this, and that's going to be better for me. You know what I mean? Like I'm just going to have to do my own research. Um, um, I still know I have like unique gifts that I'm still trying to place how to use them. It's not something I can Google. It's not something a lot of readers have. So, got a lot of work ahead of me. And like, no matter what I do next for this, and that, like, I still got to work on my own. I don't even know how to explain it. So, I'll figure it out. I got to look into it. Spirit would direct me as soon as I wanted to actually start last week, and it was just a little chaotic, and I didn't really do enough research. I'm gonna start doing research this week with like my brother being around, and then when he takes off, I'll probably start. So just looking for something like I don't know what I'm looking for yet. Try seeds. Yeah, no, I have all that stuff. I know like the friendly user stuff to use on 3D that you can buy in like markets and certain stuff. Like I'm not really going with that. That's just health food. That's, feeding your body properly, but I'm talking plants. It's a little different what plants I'm looking for. I'll figure it out. I'll be guided. But thank you. Yeah, I know. That's like going and speaking to a nutritionist. I'm not looking for that type of thing. That's no. I'm not that's not what I'm looking for. I don't mind eating, like I'm not gonna take bread and certain stuff away from me. I'm not gonna take like that. It's just not a thing, right? So, but I also know how to eat clean and healthy and certain stuff. Like, but there's certain stuff I'm not just gonna like wipe out. But then there's other certain medicines, plant medicines and certain stuff where I can get the nutrients and certain stuff through that my body is not going to get through 3D nutrition. That's the kind of stuff I want to research. Maybe when I figure out that and certain stuff, I'll share it with you guys. Start marketing that type of stuff. There's certain plants that feed certain stuff. Like all the plants they mix with the whole ayahuasca thing. I'm not looking for stuff like that, but there's certain medicines within like that stuff that they use that won't cause hallucinations, that won't, but like still, I don't know. I know. I don't know. I'm just talking out loud at this point. Trying to feed me in a different way. Feed the spiritual side more than the 3D side, but it's still healthy for the human body. I'll figure it out. You can take certain plants with certain stuff. The whole ayahuasca thing is like how they're showing me and telling me that people have no idea what, like, just use it in a different way and what it could actually do to a human body without hallucinating, without this, without just natural, not even like natural caffeines, but the feeling of just energized energy and I'll figure it out. I literally just saw myself inside like a medicine doctor, like in a hut. Could have been a past life, or it could be something I'm just seeing. Future prediction, past life, who knows? Didn't I do a reading the other day and the medicine doctor came out? I'm talking like that type of plants. Yeah. Remember Quinn, Dr. Medicine, like that stuff? which is great, medicine doctor, right? But that's like basic. I'm not looking for basic. There is everything on this planet to cure everything, make you feel certain ways. This like everything, right? Pharmaceuticals, all that stuff got involved. Government trading. It's just so I'll figure it out. Maybe. Hmm. I don't even know how that process would work because say these plants, I just see shit in my head. It's kind of like spirit showing me things, and it's like certain plants, certain countries, certain things, certain mixtures. But then what? Like you bring them back, you grow them organically, and then make it in the U.S. Like that just doesn't really seem functional. It doesn't seem like it's. You know how it's telling me like cocoa beans. You know how like place in Cuba and certain things like this, untouched rainforests, that's untouched this, owned by tribes, owned by this, owned by yada yada. There's got to be plenty of plantations, got to be plenty of stuff that will work with the right person for the right causes with distribution. I don't know why spirit's showing me all this. That right? So that's interesting. Certain people waiting for this right people to use it the right way. Hmm. I mean, I know it's all, yeah, it's definitely not all out there. It's just the way they're kind of showing it to me. It's like showing me different clips of different movies I just watched throughout my lifetime to see is the way they're showing me certain stuff, and you take that, and that. It's not like the normal. Hey, I need this particular plant because this makes you lose weight, or this boosts your metabolism. Like it's not like that. I don't even know how. Like I almost see medicine like in a conch shell. So I wouldn't even know how to go about that. I'm sure that would come to me if it's meant to go down that way. Like say on one hand you have this country and you have this country and this works for them, that works for them. Has anyone thought to mesh certain stuff? Like I don't know. I mean, it's out there. You have all these people, chemists, but are they meshing the right things? I don't want to get lost in this. Anyhow, so I don't know what that's all about. But that would be a cool trip if I end up doing that. That's all in due time. That would take years, I would think, to put together. They're telling me no, it wouldn't take years to put together. So see, there's my 3D brain working. And it wasn't here to work with my 3D brain, guys. But I live in 3D, so I just know for a fact I was not placed here to use my 3D brain. It's just that simple. Maybe it's like a past life and taking a combination of all the past lives and certain history and now utilizing all of them. It's like I have the notes mentally embedded. Like when I see scrolls, I see certain stuff. I know those are messages for me for like past life. It's accessing them. Then I don't want to stress on how I'm going to access certain stuff because that part stresses me out. That's the 3D in me. That shouldn't even exist. For those, if you've been watching Natalie, her last video, it's like, not the last one, story 1 is, anyone can own it, but I know it's a strong message for me. It's almost like, which is ironic because I wasn't even going to listen to this video. Because I was like, seriously? Like people are going to watch that? Like like the name of it is How is Your Person Evolving During the Separation and What Themes Are Being Worked On? The Shift. Okay. So if you go to stack 1 on that particular video, that's kind of what, and I've listened to like all the stacks. That's like me and storylines and stuff we've been experiencing. To a T, it's like a personal reading for me. And it's stuff I've already known. Like she's mentioned, working in between 2 worlds, somebody that's a prophet, things like that. It's all the stuff I've ever mentioned to you, like put in one fucking video. And it's like a personal message for me. And I'm trying to like inscribe. I'm trying to just kind of place it without. So it's just, I got a lot on my head and trying to figure out certain shit. I'm just like, what the fuck? And it's like wanting to like, I almost posted it for you guys. And honestly, I've never really sat, there's so much more than that too. And I've never really sat with you guys and told you this, that, and how I've never done that, but she's good at things like that, but I'm not meant to do that. I don't need to explain who I am, this and that, certain things, you know what I mean? So I know it was kind of meant for me to put out there with you guys too, to give you like a little explanation. And then I said to myself, well, why don't I just break it down? But I'm not meant to break that shit down like that. I don't know why. And halfway through like that stack 1, she explains like stuff that we've been experiencing and stuff on the board and that type of stuff. Spirit wanted me to post it, like share it yesterday, and I haven't had time. I spaced it again, but I was listening to all the other stacks. But when I initially first saw it, I was like, why on earth does anybody even want to read stuff like that? And I'm thinking to myself, like, that shit's still on my board too. It's just being broken down a different way, and the way she breaks stuff down, the way I break stuff down, it's different. Just gotta figure out how to utilize mine. It will come to me. I'll figure it out. I'm not really worried about it. But that's like just having your own little personal reading. You guys might find your story in like different stacks, but it was so blatantly clear. Because a lot of people say, I get a lot of emails, this and that. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And again, I've never really sat down and was like, this, and this. All of it's kind of like right there and some. So it's like I'm trying to take all of that and some, because all of that I was kind of already aware of, and then take my and some. I'm just kind of being told to just kind of like write it out. And again, I can't, like, the certain stuff and qualities and gifts, like, it's not something I can just study like that. It's like one of those things I explained to you. Everybody comes here at certain times, agreed to do certain stuff. Me personally, I feel like it hands down is here with the hot seat, with the everything that's going on with the AI scenario, and um, I'll figure it out. I know I will. Which is going to change the industry. And I've known that for a long time. I've said that to you guys from like day one. It's like the Jane Fonda YouTuber, this and that. Like, I know there's something there that would change the industry. And there's so many years where I'm like, oh, I don't want to call this person out. I don't want to call that person out. I don't want to be that person on YouTube to call out dark energy. Like, again, it's not my job, but it is stuff I've clearly noticed. And I notice it very easily. It's like, I don't want YouTube wars, you know? So it's obviously meant for me. So it's not something that can really be taken, you know? And I don't know how many people came into this lifetime with the same gifts as me and trying to figure things out. Maybe all you guys. Maybe that's why we're all connected. So family, same groups. I don't fucking know the reason behind it. But I know whatever's next is going to change the industry. So that's scary and intimidating all at the same time. They're just telling me just post stack one. So for those who want to know a little bit about me, that on a different level that I don't really explain, and you could really relate to it too. Again, not a coincidence. We're all here. We've been all here for a certain amount of time. Like, that shit's not a coincidence, guys. And for those who have been watching maybe these 4 years, all the stuff that I've been talking about is all just like playing out, you know. So that might be probably a message within that for you, or you could even be in the same category with certain stuff, because I can't be the only one. And ironically enough, in one of the part of that video, she's like, there's this like one individual that has the capability of, through words and through certain stuff, to like actually change the fucking planet in certain, like, and we've talked about this, and it's like, I wouldn't say it's intimidating. I would find it empowering, but I also have to do the work on my end to figure out how to get to certain things. With like, it's so hard to explain. But for those who want to know like a little about me that I personally don't share when it comes to my own gifts, it's stack one all damn day. And then it actually kind of explains the same story that has been on my board off and on for a year or two. Okay. So if you guys are interested, and somehow like both channels, like certain stuff, like I said, somehow it's like all meshing. So I'll figure it out. I'm not really can't say I'm really worried about it. It's my brain doesn't even actually know how to function, how to put certain stuff together. So you know how like I know that sounds crazy, but it's 3D. My brain's not meant to work on 3D like that, but I still have to figure out. I probably don't. Let me just share this before I forget because I was supposed to do it yesterday. Um, um, it's so much more to me. It's just a glimpse, but I know it has something to do with you guys too. I don't know if it's just the story part. Um, it just feels weird, like even writing, like um, I don't even know how to explain it. Um, so that will kind of give you a better understanding. And I've literally said to myself, oh, getting back to how's your person evolving during this separation. When I first saw that title, I was like really? Like who wants to hear anything like that? That's like keeping the energy alive. Like I said, me and her are on certain grids. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even know how to explain it. She has a beautiful gift. We all do, right? Um I don't even know. So, but again, I just wrote, some of the aspects and then part of our storyline. Now, you could find your story in different stacks too. Like it is, that one was like my own like little personal message or like certain, like it just, I can't even explain it. Like she's always been able to give me messages, like even in like through subliminal messages, and I've picked up on them. But the storyline that's been on my board is in stack one. It might help you guys, and it's a good thing. So I really felt the need to share that with you. Um, but again, I talk about certain stuff and experiences. I've never really broken down certain stuff with me because I don't think it's necessary. But if spirit's like, it's not the first time she's made certain videos with certain stuff, and I've always like felt like spirit wanted to push that out. I'll post this, and I'm just here and there. I'll do that, but there's something about that one a majority of you should listen to. There's no question. And it's ironic because she'll always come on. I'm a medium channel, this and that. But like with me, I've never felt the need to come on and explain. But a lot of people do. I don't know. So I don't know why you guys needed to know certain stuff when I feel like it was just more of such a personal message. But there's a reason for everything. So that's out there. And maybe it's not meant for certain stuff. Maybe certain stuff wasn't meant to like click like a puzzle piece. But I just thought I saw a super fast flash. Maybe certain stuff wasn't meant to click until I was in this position. In the last few reads, I've heard her mention Warren Buffett a couple times. I didn't put that together either. Remember, she was trying so hard to spit out Elon Musk, and she hasn't, because she doesn't follow shit like that. She won't look into it either. But it's like, because stack one is like nothing like the headline. That's the mind-blowing thing. It's almost, I wouldn't say it's almost deceiving. It's maybe in some of the other stacks, yeah, I don't know, because in one of the videos, will he call me? Will he show up at my door? And I'm thinking to myself, the Dark Angels just sucked your ass fucking right in, okay? Because you're missing the whole fucking point on why you're watching the fucking video in the first place. That's the response I expected, actually, when I saw the headline, okay? So I'm not actually surprised or shocked by seeing shit like that. I do think we have been explaining the same story off and on. For this whole time. The way she explains it is so much more calm. Me, I got that dark side. I love depth. I love this. I don't tolerate that shit. So me, it comes out a different way. And I don't think anybody should tolerate certain stuff. But the way she goes about it is calm, it's nice, it's like explaining. And I know once in a while she'll be like, oh, that's not justifying it. Spirit wants you to know it's not justifying it. It's just, it's presented in a different way. And me, it's like, no, fuck you. And the thought that you have a magical dick, you can go fuck yourself. I will find, like, it's just, I don't know. So, but we've been reading the same story for 4 years. Right? Like, I connected with her the first year. She already told me I worked with the Galactic. She already told me I'm a star state. This is stuff I've already known for a really long time. Right? It's just stuff I don't share with you. Because even if I have this and I have that and I have like, it's okay. It's for me to figure out where to place. So I don't even know why Spirit wants it out there like that. I don't know if there's going to be new people that are coming in. I don't know how to explain it. I will also post the link under this video because I think new people are going to start coming in and certain stuff. But I'm telling you, like that's just like, it's just so much more than that. So I don't know why this particular video needed to get out that way. I just posted it, but it's in the chat. I'll have to post it in the comments when the video is actually done. So again, I don't know why that was so important. I almost felt like I really didn't want to share it with you guys. So I don't know. It's not about calling me out or anything like that. It's not even a bad thing. I think there's just something within the storyline after she explains a certain light worker with certain stuff And that's why I've always told you about Natalie and back and forth. And it's never me putting her down and this and that. There's just always little stuff that I've noticed that could messages that I've always shared with you guys. So you can look at something clearer too. And I know how certain stuff can be annoying and I get it, guys. I get it. But she is amazing. And we've been telling the same story for fucking 4 years now. She just tells it in a different way than I do. You know? We're all meant to give, receive, all different, just the way we do it. You know? And then there's some of her videos where I just can't. And I love it to death. I'm sure she would watch some of my videos and be like, I just can't. And I know there's certain videos that she talks about that she watches that I know Spirit would never even let me watch. So I don't, and it's not a bad thing. We all, as light workers, have to have our own experiences. You know? And we can't stop each other's experiences because we know something with certain stuff. Like, because when we talk or we've read each other in certain stuff, like, there's a lot of messages that don't go back and forth because they're not meant to go back and forth. So I don't know if there's just new people jumping on. I don't know. And she mentioned the prophet and certain stuff to T about 2 months ago. My same exact fucking storyline with certain stuff, and they wanted me to share it then as well, and I didn't. But I did mention it to you guys, so I mean, I feel better that I said something. And I really didn't mean to do that yesterday. So, again, I mean, it makes sense, right? And I don't feel like we hold each other back. But when there's certain light workers that work within the same starseed families, but there's so many other things that I work with that she doesn't, and vice versa. It's hard to explain. And Spirit knows I only listen to her. So if there's certain messages that need to get out, I'll get them through her. There's no question. I don't know which one I gotta watch or this and that per se, but it's a given. So that's why I always mention her to you guys, because you could relate to her. Well, you're going to relate to the same story. We've talked about this plenty of times, but like your additional messages, or if you need to hear it in a more delicate way or dainty way, or you need to hear it longer than the average bear, go watch her. More of everything is waking up. It's the way it was meant to. Yeah, I didn't watch her for a little while either, and then I got pulled right back into it, and then little message here, little message here, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like when Spirit wants to talk to me in a way that I'm not perceiving it or getting it because I'm doing my own thing and working with this and AI and certain stuff, they will literally have me take a break and listen to our videos. And I did take a little break with the whole, for a year, this and that. And she said something the other day, like a prediction, like 6 or 8 months out. And that's got to be frustrating because you're finding yourself in the same storyline now, and you're finding yourself in the same storyline, 6 to 8 months, but things are going to get a little bit different, or you're going to see things a little differently, but a year out, it could still be this and that. And it's like, the word timeless is like, I just want to be careful how I present things because it is, I love her to death. It's just, you know, if you choose to believe this or you choose to believe that, I'm more of a person where it's like, if you're in the same storyline 6 to 8 months later and it's still resonating, then what the fuck is wrong with you? That's just how I look at it. There's absolutely zero interest in watching something a year out and hearing the same storyline. For me, okay? Could help other people. Or if those people are meant to stay in the darker energy or this and that because they're not learning, right? Then she's doing her job. You know, yes, videos, absolutely. No, like me, my philosophy, wherever my knowledge comes from, videos to me, in my eyes, are just, they're not timeless. Energy is always shifting. Planets are always shifting. The universe is shifting in a way that's not great. Okay? We have asteroids that took out dinosaurs. We have asteroids that are passing the fucking planets left and right with a magnitude of the size that's bigger than the one that took out the dinosaurs, but yet it's just going to miss Earth, but might shake things up. Yeah, it's going to miss Earth this time around, but it's going to do enough damage to shake up the solar system and to shake up the Earth's crust and to shake up the crust in the ocean. Not good, guys. Everyone's like, it missed planet Earth. Not really. Not really, because it's causing so much catastrophic energies to shift that shouldn't be shaken. But Spirit's given the go-ahead to shake them. Again, next year or two, huge. Right? So to me, something can't be timeless. And Spirit and the universe, AI, they agree with me. Why would you want to go watch a video from a year ago or 2 years ago and relate to it, and then watch a stream of videos for a year or two and realize that's been your whole story, and then realize you've been in the same position? I don't think that's beneficial. But again, the light angels have their jobs, the dark angels have their jobs. I will be that person on YouTube to tell you my beliefs and to tell you it's bullshit in my eyes, in my guide's eyes, to tell somebody a video is timeless. Because the planets are shifting. The atmosphere is shifting. The galaxy is fucking shifting. So the shit, therefore, cannot be timeless. When planets and the galaxy shifts, the energy shifts. You could be experiencing the same thing because we all come to planet Earth to learn lessons and to evolve and to live a life, right? But to me, I listened to one video where 6 to 8 months out where it was, well, this person will learn this, but it's still going to be this. You guys want to hear that shit? Why would you even put yourselves in a position to be in the same story 6 to 8 months out? I mean, fucking think about it. That's when you fucking click off. I love you, click off. That's when you absolutely click the fuck off. There's no fucking question. You click the fuck off because that's not your fucking story. Because it could be your story, but you tell yourself, I don't want that to be my story in 6 to 8 months. Because the people that are sitting there and intrigued and watching are the people that are getting pulled in because they're not learning or this. So like, she has her job. So it's meant for that type of shit. But my crew, should not be sitting through those messages. And I'm going to be real fucking blunt with you. You should not be sitting through those messages. Because you should not know 6 months out where you are with this person. Because that means here and now, you're not fucking living your life. Here and now for the next 1 to 8 months, you're going to go back and watch certain videos and try to help this other person when initially you should be helping your own damn fucking self. So when you come across shit like that, click the fuck off. Again, we all have our job. If that's her job to deliver those type of messages, to pull that type of energy in, then she's going to continue to do that job. And I would never take that from her because that's the job she needs to do. That's why never in the 4 fucking years have I ever read out for you like that. Ever. I won't fucking do it. Of course, every month, every transit, everything, you write down a journal, you're going to experience this, this, and this. But that's because of the shifts of the planets and the full moons and all that stuff. But you don't want to put yourself in a position to be in the same fucking position. We're here to fucking learn lessons and to move forward. So if you hear timeless and this and that, it's more or less here and it can happen at any time, right? But you certainly don't want to be reading videos and tell yourself, okay, in 6 to 8 months, it's going to be a little better. Maybe in 4 months, they'll come back in. No. The only purpose of those type of videos are to drag in the ones that are not fucking learning. You are already evolving if you're on my channel. You click the fuck off of those videos. Who gives a fuck where that motherfucker is in 6 months? Who gives a fuck? Do you really want to sit back and, oh, they're really upset and this and that and blah, blah, blah? Nope. That's why when I saw that initial title, I was like, holy fuck. Like, but Spirit wanted me to listen to it. And I skimmed through all the other ones and I'm like, they just wanted me to listen to Stack 1. That's it. Now, other stacks might be good for you guys. I don't know where everyone should be per se. But when you got tarot readers, you know, that this can happen at any time, but they call it the daily vibe, you shouldn't be watching those fucking readers. Like, if you go back and scroll, Jen, for instance, because I can't fucking stand our high horse, you go back and scroll at all her dailies and certain stuff for the last year. Is this really what you fucking want? Before you go to bed every morning to wake up and listen to the same old fucking song and dance, but each day you get a little glimpse of something? Spirit put her on a fucking high horse for a reason. She put herself on a high horse for a reason. It will be taken down. So I'm not too worried about it. The way tarot is being utilized, I don't like it. And the thing I like about Natalie that I love is we kind of have the same vibe. Those readings that she reads with certain stuff is for you. It's not for you to get like where the other person's at. Like, she'll specify like, this is for you, this, like, yada yada, like that. I like that about her. So when you see readers do certain videos and certain stuff and this and that, like, there's a reason for that. So again, if you're listening to 6 months, 8 out, or 8 months or a year out, and if it's cryptic and it's vague, it's different. If she's giving you a whole scenario and this and that, you click the fuck off and save your fucking sanity, troops. I can't stress it enough. I really can't. Whatever her guides want her doing is what she's going to do, because that's what she's meant to do right now. So, and there's a lot of subliminal messaging within her messages as well. And maybe you need that message, or you need that subliminal message in this, like, okay, so I love her to death, and I it's priceless that my guides go through her guides for me to get certain messages. Probably because same certain starfeed families and certain stuff, right? But so, you know, it's your own demise. So, and again, with certain stuff, she helps me because I'm always like, oh, why certain stories on the board and this and that, but like, and even I believe in that stack one. She explains certain stuff, and it's right. I work with the shadow side. I have a lot of Scorp too. I really, you know, and I work with karma, and I'm a healer and certain stuff, and I can send certain messages and healings and certain stuff, and it's just so that stuff is going. Those reads is going to be on the board. It's not you being stuck. It's not me being stuck. It's the fucking collective being fucking stuck. That's why for me, that's why I say click the fuck off, move the fuck on. It's not being an asshole. It's not, oh, you have so much strength in this. Like, no, you click the fuck off because we're here to evolve. We're not here to stay stuck. You know? And it's ironic. In that first video, she says, you know, there's a light worker that works a lot with the dark and works a lot with the light. And her face was like, you know, and she's starting to read more about like the dark energy. And there's a reason for that. And for a long time, she didn't want to read it. But she doesn't work with dark energy. I'm more than happy. I am more than happy working with dark energy. You want to give me those black fucking wings? Want to see how fucking high I can fucking fly? I'll fly. Oh, you need me to do a job? Got you. I'm capable of doing that? Got you. So I learned more about the dark side in the beginning of my journey than the light side. And that's the way it was supposed to be. So Spirit made it quite clear. And it happened again the other day. It was like sleep paralysis. And I just woke up from my dream and I'm like, oh, again? You're testing me again? Like, and I was just like, we're not doing this. So I know I'm stepping into another fucking cycle like that. And I haven't had another one since because it's like conquering it the first time again. So it's like, okay, that type of change again. Let's see. So, and I don't know if it's just the whole Metaverse that came out. I had dreams last night. I got a text. Mash, she was in them. It's like she had a baby robot on her chest. And she had a bikini, something about a white bikini. But it was a very distinct, almost like a logo. I can't even explain it. And next thing you know, somebody flew in as if it was like a superhero. But she knew exactly who it was. And it's like he had a jetpack on or something, but it was like so fucking normal, you know? And he came and kissed us all on the fucking lips. And I knew exactly who it was, someone that she knows. And it was such like, ooh, again, I don't know if it's linked to the Metaverse or what, but I'm just like, and it was so real. Like, it was so okay that somebody just flew in as just reminded me of a superhero. Like, it was just like, holy shit. But I got no problem working with the fucking Doc. And I've been saying that for, you know, day one. She'll choose not to work with the Doc. But I think I've been Doc in a lot of lifetimes. And not Doc as like evil witchcraft and shit. Just, I've worked for the light and I've worked for the dark all of my lives. You know, a lot of wars, a lot of battles. And working with the dark energy does not make you bad. Like a lot of the dark angels, some of them become part of the council. Some of them become angelic angels. Some of them become ascended masters. And the light angels love the dark angels because it's not their job, and they need the dark angels to step in and do their job. So, like I said, I got no problem fucking rocking my black wings, guys. I really don't. What do you need me to tackle? Let's do it. I got that capability. I came back to this world. Let's do what we gotta do. So, and again, somehow you're all part of something. It's probably up for you guys to figure it out. But once you listen to stack one, it will start making a lot of sense. And I don't know if you'll be able to help me. We always help each other, you know, opinions, certain stuff. Some just seem like so far-fetched, but I'll figure it out. And it's ironic because she's like, I want to say she talks about, you know, and I've told you plenty of times, like, I work for Source. I came from Source. And people don't understand that when I say, like, I'm not human. But they're like, how can anybody comprehend that I'm not human if I'm human form and I live on 3D? That's why there's certain shit, like, I don't know how to explain to you guys, and I don't care to explain it because I don't need to explain who the fuck I am. If that makes sense. Because I've had people be like, my last experience, like, what do you mean you're not human? Like, they must just be like, huh? And it's like all that stuff, like, is in that one fucking video. And I don't even know how to explain it. But I just, again, I don't feel like I have to. And I do work between the 3D, and when I channel, I am out in the universe and the galaxy and this and that. So it's hard for me to, it's hard, like, it will make so much sense to you when you guys listen to Stack One. You're gonna be like, holy shit, what is she gonna do with this? I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. You know, but I know I'm here to do a job from Source. I've always felt that. And when I started my spiritual journey, I mean, I cried for months. Like, I just want to go home. Like, I don't want to be here. I'm really surprised they let me have children. Honestly. It's like I had to experience the 3D life to teach, to guide, to inspire, you know? So I guess it makes sense. But I just know the job, like, I'm set up for next is, like, it's not going to be the normal job. Like, I know there's certain stuff. I know it's going to change the industry. And it's, you know, I've always had premonitions, certain stuff. Like, how many times that I prophesized this, and that, and it would freak me out, and I would cry, and I'd click off YouTube. I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to do that. And then all of a sudden, like, I wake up one day and I create the other channel and work with AI and blah, 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 blah. Like, it will all end up coming together somehow. It's telling me something with Messiah right now. So that's a message for me. I don't really know where we're going with that. And a lot of biblical songs have been coming to me. Messiah. I want to see if anything just pops up. Oh, here we go again with the cult thing. I don't fucking, but again, it's what religions are: Messiah, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, so many other things too. It just reminds me more of like a savior, a liberator, a group of people. It just reminds me religions with Messiah concept, Judaism. It just reminds me of like the whole cult thing, which I don't fucking know. We've had that discussion already too. But yeah, a lot of biblical songs. Like, what was I singing the other day in my head? Something with Mother Mary. Oh, Mother Teresa. I think it was Mother Teresa. But right now I have Hallelujah in my head. But I was singing something with Mother Mary. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's so many things and so many ideas and so many things. It's Mercury and past life and so many things, right? So it's like everything comes in. It's like, can't do it all. So something will click. It's just a matter of time. Remember I told you what I gotta go to the bathroom. Remember I told you with the journey I was just on for 2 years with this energy, and like I almost went into this and did that, and I really feel like for me it was more like for me to find my way back to spirituality, to me to be like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go that route. Like, remember I told you I like really felt tested. And then I found myself back here, which is good. So I needed that experience with that particular person too, to get me back on my path. And Natalie even mentions that. And the stuff that she mentions after that, I was already aware of. So that's what I'm saying. Like the last 2 years with certain stories on the board, everything we went through, certain stuff, like it was for a bigger purpose on, I think it's you're the catalyst somewhere on their end, but like huge realizations you should be having on your end, you know? That Mother Teresa is really staying in I can't get the hem. I can't place it. Because now Hallelujah is stuck in my head. All right, let me pee real quick. Maybe I'll have a bathroom thought. I drank that coffee quicker than I wanted to. Oh, he's cutting weed whacking. I forgot to shut the window. Oh, Sheldon, I know I forgot to feed you. I'm so sorry. There we go. Meshing it all together. All together. All together. High five. 1, 2, 3, 4. High five. That's come through before. There you go. So, and it's like also coming into other people's worlds for certain reasons, you know. And that's it. You move forward. I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute because I was just saying I want to do this and then I thought about something. Jaden? Okay. It's ironic because I wanted to come on and read, but we ended up yapping. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll be back at some point. I forgot about something I was supposed to do. Shit. Jade should have landed. Gets on, boards, arrives 15 minutes ago. She didn't text me. You land. No, sorry, it's delayed. I was just thinking to myself, I wonder what that's like. Did you even board yet? Damn. It's ironic because it just said, I'm looking on this and it says on time. There's a screenshot of just like her flight and stuff. No. And I just was pulled to like, Oh, geez. Wow. Wow. She didn't even fly out until 2. She was supposed to fly out at 8. No, she was before that. That sucks ass. Okay, yeah, I wanted to read, but I ended up coming up on and talking, which is great. I love talking. Saw that Gemini in my chat. So if energy feels like it's at a standstill or certain stuff, like try not to worry about it. I think I'm just trying to find out certain stuff, but I should know better not to keep trying and this not with certain stuff because I should just know better. It's telling me to throw one of these cards. And I think they're still going to have me utilize, I don't know why one of these cards, they're still going to have me utilize tarot, but I don't know. I don't even know, guys. Every time I think this ends up being that. I don't fucking know. They kind of know I don't want to, like, I'll figure it out. I ended up buying, it's funny, she just said anyone's mental cycle been messed up for months. Yeah, mine's always is with everything that's going on though. But I did end up buying that deck. I actually should be getting it today. I wonder if you're happy without me. I want you. I wish I had treated you better. You know, it's like, I don't know why I throw these cards. It's like I get myself in a little like, but see, again, that's Natalie would explain this differently. And I'd be like, I wonder if you're happy without me. Yeah, I'm fucking happy without you. You brought me down. My glow was gone. I like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know what the point of that is. Once again, you can interpret the way she reads something, the way I read something. We meshed. I don't think it's a bad thing. But it's like, I wish I had treated you better. There's probably some guilt there. I want to be with you, you know, yada yada. Oh, I just noticed this. We need to let each other go. Well, you probably needed to let somebody go because of where they were at, and it like declined, right? So yeah, there's probably some guilt and some sorrow and this and that. But if that person wasn't willing to do their own work and their own shadow side and to get where they needed to be, then they have no business being on that fucking ride with you. So again, for me to even be like, oh, pull one of those cards, is you're gonna get that side of me where it's like, yeah, I was happier. I'm happier without you. Why the fuck wouldn't I be? I wasn't happy when I was with you. And if you're a spiritual, you would trust that plenty of times. And they try to make that better then? No. So yeah, if they want to make it better, then let them make it better. But be a better fucking human being. So again, you know, I don't got time for this. I certainly don't have time to hold you guys back. We don't have time to hold ourselves back. So yeah, that might hurt that energy, but that energy hurt you plenty within that cycle that they didn't want to fucking acknowledge. So we don't got time for this. Karmic or not. I'm sorry you didn't want to do your karmic work. I'm sorry you had a chance where we could have pushed through something together, but you chose to stay in your own fucking comfort zone because you allowed certain stuff to play out. You didn't get like, I don't like, go listen to read one and there's your fucking answer right there. Let's let Natalie explain that to you because I don't got time for that shit. I will hold this energy accountable. That's that. I don't got time to sit and explain certain stuff to certain people and why I chose to take myself out of a fucking scenario. You should have been listening for the last fucking 6 months, for the last fucking year. I don't got time for that shit. So go listen to Stack One. It will that's my read for today regarding those cards or in Stack One. Okay. And then I'll be back at some point after I get some stuff done. Maddening, right? Yeah, I don't got time for that shit. So, but Stack One on her read will help you. There has to be a reason. It's not just a little bit about Courtney. Because there's so much, it's like everything she said is Courtney, but there's so much more to that. So I know some of you wanted to know certain stuff is there, but a majority of you is really the storyline, and it's in Stack One. Okay. I'll see you guys in a little while. I love you guys so much. Let's see you soon. Bye.